Hello and welcome once again everyone. Today is just a short video update here about some of the content currently on the test server. Before I show you some quick game footage of the Tier 5 Italian cruiser shown here, Raimondo Montecuccoli, let's take a quick look at the new French bonus captain that can be found in the armory under Legion of Honor, which is the next phase of the current French destroyer event. You can just simply pause the video here to read the full list of bonuses, but it's a very nice captain for French destroyers. As you can see here, the Research Bureau has been added. It's still in its very early stages, but as you can see, I've already unlocked the Tier 5 Italian cruiser. To earn the research points needed, you will have to reset at least 2 fully researched tech tree lines by simply going to Tech Trees, then click Reset, which will return all the credits, modules, flags, etc. to your inventory. Start researching the line again, and from Tier 6 onwards, you will see a victory icon appear, where you can earn 60 research points for a victory, and the number of research points earned will then increase as you progress up the lines. Moving on, let's take a look at the coming changes to anti-aircraft reinforcement. Pressing O at the moment the planes come into range of your AA will grant you a 10-second 150% boost to its efficiency in the direction you're actually looking towards with your camera, indicated by the green pulse in the bottom left. As soon as the 10-second timer counts down, it will pulse brown, indicating a 10-second cooldown period before you can activate this boost again. I like this. It feels like a step in the right direction, with more interaction rewarding you for being alert and actively countering the threat. Let me know in the comments what you think of this proposed change. The Italian cruisers have made their first appearance on the test server. Due to my own personal time constraints, I was only able to unlock the Tier 5 Italian cruiser, the Raimondo Montecuccoli. I'm not going to go into too much detail about its individual stats, as it's still a test ship on the test server, so much of these numbers are still subject to change, and I don't wish to be misleading in any way. Instead, I'm just going to show some of its basic characteristics in a game against some bots. There were some very long waiting times for low tier games, and when I did get games against players, they were 3-on-3 matches with no carriers, so I just wanted some footage that would include more elements of what a normal game can throw up for you. Italian cruisers are bringing with them 2 new previously unseen elements to World of Warships: semi-armor piercing shells and full speed smoke screens. Italian cruisers have no access to high explosive shells, instead come armed with semi-armor piercing and normal armor piercing. So you can forget about setting fires on these angled targets. Instead, semi-armor piercing shells come with increased penetration values, allowing one to do more damage to more angled targets. Again, please remember the footage represents a test ship on the test server. This simply represents the direction Wargaming want to take with these Italian cruisers. I found semi-armor piercing to be both quite underwhelming at times, but also quite strong at others, so we'll have to be patient and see how it all pans out in the coming weeks and months. It does remain quite interesting, however. Here comes the Raimondo Montecuccoli on the enemy team. I'm just going to slow down here for a second, and you can see the damage values are quite good. Boost my AA defenses on this side. Fire one more salvo of semi-armor piercing. Change to full armor piercing. Just going to pop the smoke screen here. Now this smoke screen, you can activate it going full speed and you will be instantly undetected. Double citadel. And I've just slowed down here so I didn't pass in front of the island and lose firing angles on this guy. Another citadel, 4 penetrations. It's quite handy here, you can just pop the fighter plane, regain vision, and finish off that cruiser. So these smoke screens are quite handy, and I do see them being particularly of value for when being caught in the open and forced into making a turn to avoid showing broadside to the enemy ships. Could be quite handy. Now this tier 5 cruiser, it does feel quite massive compared to other tier 5 cruisers, and despite its size it does feel quite maneuverable. But large size does bring with it the downside of being very easy to hit. You can see once again with the semi-armor piercing on a lightly armoured angle target, does quite a bit of damage. The tier 4 British cruiser, and although he is fully angled at the moment, still able to do decent amounts of damage. So I reiterate, this is footage from the test server. This is a test ship, the Raimondo Montecuccoli. You'll have to excuse me if I'm butchering the pronunciation of this ship. Once again, boost my anti-aircraft defenses on the side of the incoming planes. And I have to say, I quite like this AA mechanic. It promotes active gameplay where you actually have the feeling that you can take active measures to counter incoming threats. And that for a long time now, since the introduction of the CV rework. Once again, see the planes coming in. Throw up a fighter. Boost my anti-aircraft at the moment. Plane comes into range, and that rocket plane instantly gets shot down. There's a carrier down here somewhere behind that island. This game is about to end very shortly, so I'm just going to push down, see if I can get some shots on this carrier. He's sending out more rocket planes. Boost that anti-aircraft defense again. Decent damage numbers. Plane gets shot down. Carrier is desperately sending out one plane at a time. And there's the enemy carrier. Try and get some shots on his smokestacks. Quite decent damage numbers on lightly armoured targets. He is beginning to angle away. We're even able to citadel the carrier from this angle, this semi-armor piercing. He is becoming more and more angled. See the damage numbers go down. Aim a little higher this time. It's going to take a little bit of experimentation to find out the best angles for this semi-armor piercing, but it doesn't seem that bad on first experience. Carrier now is fully angled. And we're still able to do decent amounts of damage. Semi-armor piercing armament. I hope you enjoyed this early sneak peek at some of the coming changes and the Tier 5 Italian cruiser Raimondo Montecuccoli. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you'd like to see more updates like this about content from the test server. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.